have the hard railroad? Get a letter from. Okay.
Got a copy.
Are you ready? All right, it is now 4 o'clock. I'll call to order the November 16th, 2021 Rules and Appointment Committee. Ms. Only, if you would call the roll, please.
Malinowski,
Here.
Barron,
Here.
Mackey. We have a
And
quorum.
also,
Here.
for the record, Councilwoman Teresa is present. Next, item number 2 on our agenda is approval of the minutes for November 9th, 2020. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any changes from anyone? Hearing none. Ms. Only?
Malinowski,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 3, adoption of the agenda. Ms. Only, any changes there?
No, sir.
No. Anyone else? No. Then I'll entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, second.
I said second.
Yeah, I was, Only.
Malinowski,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Number 4, items for action, 4A. And 1 and 2 come under that. Boards, committees, and commissions recruitment. This is one to determine which boards, committees, and commissions actually have counterparts, I'd say, equal counterparts in other municipalities, and based on those counterparts, should we allow individuals from those municipalities to be appointed to our boards and commissions? That's how I'll word it. So, discussion. That one, okay.
Mr. Chair, I guess based off our previous meeting, I mean, you presented.
Yeah, I didn't know if
7.
there were any comments on that otherwise. Then if not, yeah, Ms. Barron?
So, I'm still not in favor of these 7 being pulled out. I think that representation from Richland County, even if there are other municipalities that are appointing, I still think that individuals, and I'll say it one last time, if you live in the city, but yet you have a business in Richland County, you still should have the opportunity to serve on these boards. Whether it's just you have 2 areas that you can choose from to be appointed from. So I'm not in favor of pulling these 7 out at all.
Well, I personally just feel that if you go to page 12 where it's listed all the different boards, commissions, and committees that have counterparts in municipalities, to appoint someone to a Richland County board when they can apply for one of these other boards in their own municipality, it's kind of like giving them 2 bites of the apple, especially if there's no state law that designates how these people are put there. For example, hospitality tax, just take that one. Somebody could be in Columbia and vote how their hospitality tax should be spent, then be placed on the Richland County Hospitality Tax Committee, and they vote on how ours should be spent, and they could vote to have the same tax spent on the same item. So they get a second chance to put funds into something that they would like, and it's the same with a lot of these other things. I guess we can leave it up to the council. I mean, we can't solve it here. We can't definitively end it here anyway, so.
Mr. Chair, yeah.
And after you, Ms. Mackey, I've got Mr. Ratio.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I definitely understand what you're saying, and I do think that it's the responsibility of this committee when we're looking at applications. If someone's already serving on City of Columbia's hospitality committee, I don't think we would select them to serve on ours. I think that's part of the application and interview process that we go through, that we decide, what is the best candidate, what's going to make these boards, commissions, councils, what is going to be the best makeup. And I think that's why we go through the interview process. So I hear what you're saying, but I think there is some responsibility that lies in this Rules and Appointments Committee to help determine that. But I don't think we completely exclude them from the process.
Okay. Ratio.
Thank you. That's kind of exactly the sentiment that I was going to say. And then I'll also just say that this afternoon I went out to see a constituent who had a zoning issue, and we were talking about, representation for the area. And there are some constituents of mine who enjoy the benefit of having a local city council member, 2 at-large members, me, their state house member, their state senator. So, I think that just because someone also has a city council member does not mean that they should not have a county council member and have a say in how the business of the county goes. Thank you.
I just, Mr. Chair, if I may, one final point. And so I look at one of these organizations that's near and dear to my heart, CRC. CRC, you can be appointed by the county, you can be appointed by the city, you can be appointed by CRC, or you can be appointed by the Chamber of Commerce. There is no requirements. If CRC wanted to appoint someone who lived in Richland County, they could do so. The same thing with the Chamber. They could do so. The only 2 bodies or the only one body would be that if you lived in the city of Columbia, in order to be represented on that board from the city of Columbia, you had to live in the city of Columbia. It's the same situation with this seat that we appoint for. You have to live in Richland County. So to say that if there aren't any seats available in the city and someone wants to still serve on CRC and they live in Richland County, I think they should have the opportunity to do so. And that's one organization there. But I think it speaks to what we're attempting to do at this moment. And what we're attempting to do is really almost isolate a group of people because of where they live. Richland County is the capital county that has 7 municipalities in it. So, somewhere along the lines to say, well, you live in, unincorporated Blythewood, so you can, the county will appoint you, but you live in the town of Blythewood, so the town will appoint you. If our rules don't say it, I just, I just want us to be real careful about how we're streamlining this process when I don't think it's necessary.
All right, I'll just quickly address the Community Relations Council. And right now, the makeup, according to the rules, are that Richland County appoints 10 of the 30 people, and the City of Columbia and the Columbia Chamber of Commerce appoint the remaining 20 of the 30. So the city and the chamber have 20 of the 30. If we appoint 2 more, they've now got 22 of the 30. And I don't believe that that is a fair way of doing things, that we, in this case, are denying others to join that particular group if they're so inclined to the exclusion of a group that already has their members being appointed. That's kind of what I'm saying here.
Noted.
Okay. I don't believe we're going to... I'll entertain a motion on this one, which would be for A1 and 2, if you want to do it, unless you want to get any more info on any of this. And then it would go to the council based on whatever we're sending up there.
Okay, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
I make a motion that what did you say for A1 and 2? Well, let me do it separately. So I'd like to make a motion for A1 that we determine that all of the boards, committees, councils that we have remained as is, and that the process will not be changed.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. The motion is that all boards, committees, and commissions remain the same, and that the process remain the same for the selection to those committees as it currently is. Okay? There's only if you'll call for the vote.
Malinowski,
Nope.
Barron,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay? The other one, for A2, you wanted to do it separately. Go ahead.
So for 4A2, I make a motion that we continue appointing to the Planning Commission as stated in our current ordinance.
Okay, is there a second to that?
Second.
All right, the motion is to continue appointing to the Planning Commission as stated in the current ordinance. Any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Only?
Malinowski,
No.
Barron,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, item 4B, boards, commissions, and committee descriptions. We've got several pages of that there. Has everyone had the opportunity to review that? If you have, and I'm going to say let's send it to the full council if you'd like, and ask them to review it and see if they've got anything.
Mr. Chair, can I just ask, Ms. Only, has this been shared with all of the committee, I guess, leaders or whoever they represent to confirm that all this is correct?
No, ma'am. I just forwarded it to y'all to see if there was any corrections that y'all would like to have
Okay.
first, and then I will forward it out to them.
Okay.
So I guess I would want them to see it before we send it to council to make
Yeah,
sure
I
they're.
thought maybe they'd already done that. So you want to make a motion to keep it here to get input from the actual groups, final input?
If we could, can we put a date on that?
We can if they'll respond by that day.
Yes.
We can only hope.
Yes. Well, I know I don't have it in front of me, but what is our schedule for the next time that we plan to advertise for vacancies? Because I would like by the next round of vacancies that we have this information updated.
Off the top of my head, I believe it's February, the next time that we advertise. So if I can have it 1st of January, that would be good. And that way I can then bring it back to y'all at February.
Wait a minute.
We don't
though.
meet in January.
In January, we
I
really.
can have it back by January,
Oh.
and then I can bring it to y'all in February.
Okay, so you're saying we put a deadline for you to
them.
get this
Yeah,
info
for them to get me
by
information
1st of
back to me.
January, and then it comes to our meeting in February.
When are we posting again for vacancies?
I will check to be sure.
Okay.
But I want to say it's February the 16th.
So I guess my concern would be if we got it, if we sent it to full council in February, but then they had concerns, is it enough time for them to get their concerns to you and it not throw off your schedule and posting? That would be my only concern. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is up to you, Miss Only, but we can make that date, that first week sometime in January, and you can send it to the full council during January with the deadline of, a week before our first meeting, so we have the input. And those that respond do, and those that don't, well, so be it. Would that work, Ms. Mackey?
I think so.
Ms.
And that gives
Barron?
you enough time so they don't come to you with any edits afterwards.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so the motion is. The motion is that we keep this in committee to allow the clerk's office to reach back out to any of these boards, commissions, and committees that have not provided us complete information, and those that have, to make sure what they've provided is accurate, and that is done by January. Pick a date. I'll just say January 5th. How's that? Whatever the first Monday in January. Let's do it that way. What is it?
Third.
All right, so by January 3rd, and once you've received that info, you will put it in format for dissemination to the full council for any additional input, which will need to be received by, what's the a date before the first, that will give you time, January what? We do have one meeting in January, I thought.
We do have the 4th to do housekeeping.
That won't work though, because you're not getting it until the 3rd. So the 3rd is a Monday. How about we go the 3rd, 10th, 7th? Can you have it by the 24th, any input, and then you'd have it done for us by the February rules meeting?
Yes, sir.
Let's give that date then.
Okay.
And you'll send it to council with the due deadline by January 24th. And then it will be presented to this committee at their first meeting in February.
Yes, sir.
And that's the motion.
Second.
Okay. I saw you right, Miss Only, so I think you've got it, or otherwise you'll have to review the tape, I suppose. You don't want me to say it again, do you? No, okay. All right, Miss Only, if you'll call for the vote, please.
Malinowski,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Well, we're up to number 5.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second for adjournment. Discussion, Mr. Acio?
I just had a question about the item that will be on our 6 o'clock meeting. Has that already been discussed in this? I mean, do we already have a motion?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
forwarded from here to there.
Okay, got it.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Only?
Malinowski,
Yes.
Barron,
Yes.
Mackey.
Yes.
Motion passes.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.